Hey guys, J19 brought you another video, and today Techland just dropped a big old blog post about Dying Light the Beast. I do want to cover that. I also want to talk about the gameplay demo we all got to watch at the Xbox Gamecast, whatever they want to call that. They had that at the Gamescom. They talked about a whole bunch of the games, and Dying Light the Beast was there. So I want to give my thoughts about the gameplay I saw, what I'm excited about, maybe some things I hope they tweak, and among other things. So with that said, we're gonna go right straight in this. I don't know how long this blog post is. We're gonna read the whole thing, go over each piece and what I thought. So if you guys want more Dying Like the Beast content, feel free to like, subscribe, share with a friend. I appreciate it a ton. Helps my channel out. It lets everybody know, hey, check this guy out, and it helps with the algorithm. So with that said, thank you guys so much for love and support. As always, my channel is growing, and I can't do it without you. So I appreciate you guys a ton. And with that said, let's get right into this. I'm gonna switch gears, and let's read. Okay, they created a beast. They tried to break him. This is about Kyle's Crane, probably the beginning of the stages of the game. So if you guys don't want any spoilers, feel free to just like cut out now. If you want to stay put, that's fine. And with that said, let's get right into it. Kyle Crane is back. You'll get to see him returning in Dying Light the Beast on September 19th. We know how much you care about him, uh, and we made every effort in terms of how he looks, how he sounds, how he plays to ensure his comeback is faithful to the character you remember, while also giving him new layers that feel just right. Cal is still the hero you know and evolve in ways that make his journey even more interesting. So I'm gonna stop right here and talk about it. I think what they're doing with Cal Crane is phenomenal. I think he sounds good. I'm glad he got what's his face? You guys know the voice actor. Craig, right? I forgot his other name, but you guys know how I'm talking about. He's returning. He's voicing Kyle Crane, and that's phenomenal. I'm glad he is able to get him back. Without him being in this, like it wouldn't be the same. Kyle Crane is amazing. I love his story. I love his character, and Dying like the first one. Um, there's little hints of like nod and references throughout Dying Light 2, I think. Somebody found like a secret side quest, like if you do the whole thing, like I guess it's supposed to tell you what happened to Kyle Crane. But anyways, you guys know the whole thing with Dying Light the Beast ended up being Dying Light 3. It was supposed to be a DLC, a second story DLC for Dying Light 2 Stay Human. But I'm glad they went this route because Kyle Crane deserves his own game again. It's been years since he's had his own game since the first one. And I'm glad that they are able to remember how he is, and just really go through. I love the way he looks in this, right? The screenshot there. It looks great. So I want to give my honest thoughts about Kyle Crane is back and stuff like that. I'm so glad. Um, so anyways, let's go with the artistic direction. When we began working on Cal's look 10 years later, the biggest challenge was aging him in a way that didn't take away his essence. Art director uh, Polito, I'm gonna call it Polito, and our lead character concept artist Beck walked us through their design insights. We experimented with different approaches and quickly discovered that details like graying hair or baldness are not an option, as they made him feel like someone else and not as heroic as we envisioned him. So we ruled them out and focused instead on subtle changes. His model went through multiple refreshes until we reached a look that felt authentic. The goal was to show his face and body, what over a decade of imprisonment and torture did to him. His body carries scars and marks left by the experiment, and we didn't just design random wounds. We thought carefully about what kinds of experiments he might have been subjected to and what kind of traces that would leave behind. We also had to make sure his body reflects the events of the past, such as, spoiler alert, the scar from the final fight with Reyes and Dying Light 1. This sounds amazing that they actually took the time, took the effort to be like, what can we do to make sure this is actually realistic? And I'm glad they did, because they could have just made Kyle Crane look a lot older, just did random stuff. But no, they actually took the time to do all these details correctly. and I'm glad for that. It makes it a more authentic feel, especially with Kyle Crane being back. And this is why a lot of fans are excited about Dying Like the Beast, like me. I'm so excited about this. Um, in an FPP game, it's difficult to convey the appearance of a character, since one of the few elements are visible are the hero's hands. That's why we put a lot of effort into details here. A special shout out to Shardimos, I'm not going to butcher that name, who, accompanied by other artists, spent countless hours perfecting them. We created Kyle's hands from the first game, we added scars and other marks reflecting the torture he endured in Baron's lab. The experiments also gave rise to Beast Mode, which we wanted to be visible in first person. Okay, first person. Okay, I'll just say FPP as well. We looked for a visual language to represent his transformation and decided on black veins, dark, menacing, perfectly reflecting Cal's nature, what he sees when he becomes the beast. So we got some details here. So this is his normal hands, but as he gets, yeah, that's crazy detail, right? Which is crazy. It's crazy to think that they are just going out of their way to make sure that, like, Cal's characterization, like, even like, I'll talk about the gameplay aspects after this. So it's gonna be a little bit of a beefy Dying Light Beast video, which I wanted to do. But yeah, this sounds amazing, right? They're going through all the details, like what exactly would work for his transformation and stuff like that. His face continues the story written on the hands. He reflected in this wrinkles marked by years of pain and anger, and a distinctive beast eye that carries the deepest weight of what he's been through. The inspiration came directly from the ending of the following. Without spoiling too much for those who haven't played, something happens between Crane and the mother that leaves him changed. We didn't want to give him grotesque mutations or obvious monster features. Instead, we focus on something subtle, yet powerful, which is great, right? Because if they could have went the whole grotesque, like he just becomes like the night, a night, volatile walker, you guys know what I mean, nightmare thing. They could have just made him into like he just has like a full transformation. It doesn't sit right. So them going like kind of like this, I think is a perfect idea. So, all right. So his eye became a distinctive predator-like feature inspired by the volatile. It makes him instantly recognizable and underlines the idea that he is no longer just human. So yeah, right there. That's you can just definitely tell by the eye there. It's super sick. It's super sick. The duality of Kyle's, okay, so half beast, half survivor. The duality of Kyle's character is reflected in his visual design. His left side represents the human, that's cool. Survivor part of him, the side of the heart. On his left wrist, he still wears that watch that was such an important feature in Dying Light 1. The ticking reminder of approaching night was iconic. We want to bring it back exactly as players remember, including the same sound. That is... Thank you, Techland. This is amazing. This shot right here is amazing. Like, the atmosphere is just so sick. On the same arm, he also carries Jay's necklace wrapped around his wrist. Ooh, where did he get it? That's something we like to leave open to speculation. It's a mystery, a small emotional detail to fans to interpret. That's cool. I did not know about that. That's awesome. His right side, by contrast, is darker and more sinister. This is the beast side of Kyle. The scars running across half his face, a corrupted eye, his arm wrapped in thorns. It's a constant reminder that he's caught between two worlds, half survivor, half beast. Makes sense, right? That's why he's got the scar on his right side. He's got, see, wow, that's so cool. Like, just the details. Like, this is what I like about developers when they take their time to be like, each part of our character means something. Okay, it's not just, oh, let's give him a badass haircut. Let's give him like a badass, like a weird looking eye with a scar. Let's put wraps of like thorns on it because it looks cool. No, it has some story aspects to it. It gives Kyle Crane more characterization of what he's going through, like what he's struggling with. This is stunning. This is amazing. Um, Even his outfit and gear were designed with intention. Nothing about Kyle's look is random. His radio, his clothing, his accessories, everything was chosen to fit his story. As an example, we added a small immersive detail with the walkie-talkie. At the beginning of the game, its battery is full. By the end, it's close to zero. These tiny touches matters to us. It's always rewarding when players notice them. That's sick. That is so amazing. How even the details, like by the time you get to the end of the game, you're like, oh crap, like is this walkie-talkie gonna last? Because is he gonna get batteries for it? That's so cool. Gameplay evolution. To ground Kyle's return in a familiar territory, we brought back animations from Dying Light 1 as the base of his combat style. We also tweaked them to reflect his evolution. We wanted his fighting to feel raw and relentless, and mirroring his anger and thirst for revenge. Now, I know a lot of you fans are kind of upset about, oh, why didn't Kyle Crane have all the abilities he learned from Dying Light 1? I get it. But what they've done here, they found a middle ground where it doesn't take you forever to get the drop kick. It's one of the earliest things you get, which makes a lot of sense because that's something you got not way later, but you got it later on in the game in Dying Light 1. Even Dying Light 2, it took a little bit. You had to find some inhibitors, and once you got those done, like you were able to do what you did, able to get the drop kick. So, I mean, to me, they found the middle ground. I'm happy about it. It's not going to take us that long. I mean, we don't have to sit there and grind out zombie fights and survivor and side quests and stuff. That like, oh, I got to unlock all these abilities all over again. It's gonna be like a more on pace. So you get the drop kick early, which a lot of people love. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Dying Light is famous for drop kick. So I just want to get my little word in, like how I feel, my opinion about all that. I think they found a middle ground, which is fantastic. All right. Our animation goals were animation should be inspired by Dying Light 1 Kyle, reflecting his muscle memory, personality, fighting style. Some animations should not be identical to Kyle from Dying Light 1. The character has changed significantly over 10 years imprisonment. So that makes a lot of sense. There should be clear contrast between Kyle in beast mode, brutal, uncontrolled, overconfident, and Kyle outside, pragmatic, precise, confident. So that makes a lot of sense, and I am just so pleased with everything I'm reading so far. Let's keep reading. Okay, Marcin Baron on how we tweak weapon animation. For melee attack weapons, we compare animations from Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. It was very important that each hit felt strong, that striking an enemy provided satisfying feedback. I guess we don't have to highlight that. I just keep reading. I adjusted the swinging animation as well as how the weapon stops on the target. The swing shouldn't be too slow, or the impact would feel weak. So I opted for a fast swing paired with a slower stock animation when the weapon hits the enemy. This combination delivers a satisfying effect that perfectly complements the heavy brutality of Dying Light the Beast. For the same reason, we also made the decision to make the weapon animation stronger, slightly longer compared to Dying Light Kyle. Kyle is older and the game is a little bit more tactical. We had to find a sweet spot that reflects both of these directions in weapon animation. So again, they are going through every single detail of the combat, the gameplay, Kyle's character. So far, like, they are just trying to make sure they do this right. They find a perfect balance between Dying Light 1, Dying Light 2, and the Beast, right? They're taking like all the best stuff of both games. What can we do to balance it to make it work for Kyle's revenge story of him 10 years later, right? This is great. I love everything I'm reading so far. Another big topic is firearm animations. Since Dying Light, they were much simpler. We had more liberty to reinterpret them anew. In terms of direction, we knew that we didn't want to follow the animation from Dying Light 2 to stay human, where the recoil was very high. When firing guns, the weapons moved wildly from side to side. This suited Aiden as he wasn't fully skilled with firearms. However, this type of animation doesn't fit Kyle Crane. He's a former military operative and knows exactly how to handle a gun. Therefore, the weapon needed to feel more stable in Kyle's hands. Again, as I keep repeating myself, they are going through and making sure everything's detailed and makes sense between Aiden Caldwell and Kyle Crane. So this right here tells me that they are taking it seriously. They want to make sure they release one of the best games they ever done in the Dying Light series. So this is great. I experimented with reducing the recoil to make the weapon feel more rigid, but this didn't deliver a satisfying result. The increased stiffness actually disrupted the gameplay. Even though Kyle held the weapon more steadily, says Marson. To find inspiration, I visited a shooting range to shoot himself with the camera. Well, it's not. I had to reread it. I go, what? And to watch professionals in action, seeing how they managed to recoil and counter it. After returning, I concluded that the weapon should have stronger recoil at the start, gradually stabilizing to give players the sense that Kyle isn't fully in control. This approach preserves fun, engaging gameplay while making it feel authentic to Kyle's skills. I'm so glad that Marson went to the shooting range to shoot, the videotape himself shooting the weapons, understanding how the recoils work, and also watching professionals in action. This gives them details and data that they can use in the game to make sure it feels authentic to Kyle, which again, I love the way these devs are thinking. This is great. And this shot, oh, look at that. Look at the environment, look at that gun, the details. This is gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Additionally, we refined the reload animation to make them faster, smoother, and more responsive. We also reduced the size of the weapon meshes so that the gun fits Kyle's hands more naturally and don't feel oversized. We also reflected Kyle's character in the parkour. We tweaked the physics of jumps, giving his movement a more grounded, heavier feel. In addition, we conveyed his recovery of strength by combining animations into different sets that evolve as the game progresses. We brought back a number of animations from the first game, like the slider vaults. Some we have left untouched. Some tweaked to better represent the older Kyle. At the beginning, players will feel the toil of his years in captivity. His stamina strength are drained. His breathing heavy. His movements labored. But as the game progresses, the weakness gives way to raw power, punctuated by the fierce grunts of anger as his inner beast begins to emerge. This is a great feel because, like Kyle Crane in the very beginning of Dying Light, like you felt weak, right? It's like avoid the zombies at all costs. You can fight them with your pipes and stuff, but use limited, right? You find pipes all around, pipe wrenches and stuff like that, but you had to be careful of what exactly was like your durability. Like, am I gonna have enough weapons to get through this? Like, you stuck to the rooftops, but as you got in the game, Kyle got a lot better. He got better weapons, got more power. They able to drop kicks and stuff like that. This is great. I love the way this looks. Okay, they try to break him, but they create a beast. This is a great part. This line became the essence of Kyle's character in Dying Light the Beast. His journey has always been about transformation. Dying Light 1 Crane begins as a mercenary set on mission, but once he saw the horrors of the apocalypse and was saved by people within it, he began to change. He started helping others, searching for allies, realizing that in this world, humanity could only survive through community. The evolution into a true hero was deeply appreciated by players, even though in the game itself it's often understated. When emotions did break, though, they hit hard. From the start, we knew that emotional side of Kyle Crane would be the most difficult to nail. So again, they understand that what they did in Dying Light 1 is not going to be as easy as handling in Dying Light the Beast. They had to, it's going to be tough to nail, and I hope so far they're nailing it so far, right? I think they're doing a fantastic job. In Dying Light the Beast, Cal goes through another transformation. After years of captivity and torture at the hands of Baron, he could not give. He could have given up. He could have been broken. That's what she said. But Cal Crane doesn't break so easily. When he finally escapes, his only focus is revenge. All his anger and hatred are directed at the Baron. But just like in the first game, he slowly realizes that he cannot do it alone. He begins forming alliances, building a resistance, and once again, that experience shapes him. His personal quest for revenge evolves into something much bigger. By the way, take a close look at Baron for the first time. Does he look like someone you would mess with? There you go. We get our first look at Baron. He looks like a madman. He really does. Like, yes, he's got the turtleneck on, he's got a suit on, but you can definitely tell that, like, the cut around his eye, like the way his eyes look. Yeah, he's sinister. Voice and performance. Roger Craig Smith. That's it. I knew Craig was in the name. To bring this evolution to life, we needed a voice. We needed a voice of Crane, and there was only one choice. Cal could only be voiced by Roger Craig Smith. I'm so glad he said absolutely. He jumped on board. We were thrilled when Roger agreed to return to the role. His performance was essential in capturing Cal's transformation, and that is exactly right. Imagine if Cal Crane's game is here, and we didn't get Roger Craig Smith. It's like some other voice actor. You'd be like, this doesn't sound like Kyle. Like, we'd probably be okay. Like, we still play the game, but it just wouldn't feel right. So I'm so glad that they were able to get him back. At the start of the game, his voice is heavy, strained, worn down by years of suffering. As the story progresses, his shifts, showing Cal's recovery, his growing strength, eventually the re-emergence of his true self. Roger delivered an incredible performance full of nuance and emotion. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that part. This emotional depth was also reflected in the cutscenes. We wanted realism. For example, in scenes where Cal suffers a panic attack, his face is visibly sweaty. Take a look at the screenshot and he breathes heavily. These details matter because they make players truly feel what Cal is going through. And yeah, he's sweating right now. Like, wow. Taken during the cutscene development does not present the final look of the game, of course. Yeah, you can definitely tell. That's a lot of details. I'm so glad. And for us, they try to break him. They created a beast. It's more than a line. It's an emotional core of this game. We can't wait for players to step back into Cal's shoes and to feel his anger, his pain, his strength, and to experience the brutal emotional journey of a hero who's defined Dying Light. Check out the newest trailer down below, and that's it. So I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna go back to me and talk about what I saw at Gamescom. What I love about what I saw of the whole gameplay demo. I'll start off with the whole question of, like, what's going on with the gore system? Why does the gore look kind of washed out? Why does it look worse than that gameplay thing I reacted months ago? I think a couple months ago with the IGN post or whatever it was. It was even on the Dying Light channel as well. They had to, like, down the gore and dismemberment and all that. They had to drown it down a little bit. They couldn't show it all. They shouldn't show all the gruesome details. But I can definitely tell you from the gameplay demo and, like, even the latest couple of trailers, you do not have to worry about that. This game is probably the most gore and brutal gameplay combat of a zombie game I've seen in a long time. Dying Light 2 kind of had that, and they, with the whole flesh system, they try to, like, is that, because the Dead Island 2 had that what do they call it, the flesh system, right? I get those two mixed up. but Dying Light 2 tried to like one up it, and it's not bad, but you can definitely tell it's not there, right? It's not to what we want for a zombie game. And Dying Light the Beast, from what I saw, is starting to look like a game that could easily surpass even Dead Island 2. I just I'm just blown away by even like the environment. The like the little bit of this, not city, but like the I forgot what they call it, like town. We didn't really see a whole lot of like farm lands. We saw like a foresty area. We saw nighttime. Like the nighttime in this game is so dark and so creepy that you can't see anything without your flashlight, and you literally gotta like sneak around because as they said in the gameplay showcase, they just say that even though Kyle has his beast mode, he can't exactly just go out and do whatever he wants. Like he can't just go out and fight Volatile one on one with his powers. But he said if you're maxed it out, you probably stand a chance. You have a better chance of doing it. You'll probably find some like game breaking weapons like post game, and you'll be able to like slice and dice up the volatiles anytime you want. But they are meant to be scary. Like the nighttime, what I saw so far, especially from like Omni Zombie and stuff like that, you couldn't see anything with your flashlight. Even when you do your survivor pulse thing, survivor senses, like you see the outline of objects, and that's just about it. Like you can't see in front of your face or anything like that. It's so dark. They really truly hit the environmental atmosphere of like the nighttime. Like the sun is setting. Like it's getting close. Like even like some shots of the game I saw, the zombies started like getting what they was like getting well aware like nighttime's falling. They're getting more aggressive. Like they're like roaring at you. They're getting more aggressive. Like not like volatiles or like the runners, like the newly infected runners, right? Not like them, but like you got to the point it's like, they're starting to shift, like getting more aggressive. That's bad. It looks like you're doing a lot more like far as like the safe zones, just not just like I just gonna take this one out. I just got I got one in my pocket, just imagine this imaginary one that just popped out of nowhere, just put one back in. You actually gotta go out and find it. Right, you gotta go in like different rooms, search for it, which is either in a closet or in a cabinet door, and you gotta fight off these zombies and like gotta shut the shutters and stuff like that, and you gotta turn the power back on. And I like the aspects where they're making you do more work to try to get to safe zones because in Dying Light 1, Dying Light 2, like Dying Light 2 had a way where you had to get more increase your stamina. You had to like climb here, jump over here, jump this way, climb up ladders, teeter totter on this little plank, which is fine. And you had to like get the inhibitors to increase your stamina and stuff like that to build duties, windmills and safe zones. Dying Light 1 was great. I like the way where you're supposed to like either like clear out the undead or the infected. Either you can fight them all, you can like I led all 10 of them out of the area. Hurry up, ran around, jump over them, slammed the door shut after I sliced and diced this one zombie up, infected, shut the door, and then I hurried up over there, turned on the lights, and is done. It was very simple though. Like you just go out infected and you just pull a switch. Looks like you have to do a little bit more extra steps, which was pretty sick. I do like the gunfire like they showed. The gunfire, a whole bunch of guns in this game. I love the flamethrower. I love the melee weapons. The gore system is, like I said, is very brutal. I'm like, holy cow, this is gonna be like you have these infected. You slice and dice their face all tore up, and they're right in your face when they're trying to grab you, and it's like so grotesque. It's like, oh, like get these guys out of my face. Like they can, just like Dying Light 2. I haven't had it happen to me, but apparently 2 zombies can grab a hold of you, so you gotta fight them off. I thought that's pretty nice. Seeing like them in cutscenes switch from like first person to third person to see like Kyle Crane and actions, I actually get to see him talk to the NPCs and stuff like that, I think is great. It adds a little more immersion to his character. And I just overall, I love what they show so far. I like the environments are so much better in Dying Light 2. Don't get me wrong, I like Dying Light 2, but Dying Light 1 and then Dying Light the Beast had the best environmental stuff. The way everything sounded, the way the theme that plays in the background. I do like the whole, you know, Dying Light 1, Dying Light 2, like, you go around, like, start swinging a weapon and stuff like that, and, like, not so much Dying Light 1, but Dying Light 2's issue was, like, you're just fighting regular zombies in the daytime, and it's, like, it sets off, like, the whole horde, and the whole horde comes, you get, like, 4 or 5 zombies, or, you know, like, banshees even come out during the daytime, they try to attack you, because you're just attacking regular zombies. Like, I get it, you're making noises, but in Dying Light 1, you don't do that. Right, the only thing that comes out is runners once in a while, but that's fine. But Dying Light 2's issue was, like, no matter how quiet you're trying to be, like, something sets them off and they come running at you. It's like, really, like, this much? Like, that's the only thing I didn't really care about Dying Light 2. Other than, like, some other minor stuff. Looks like they're gonna be also, like, the humans. Like, people thought that, and I kind of agree, like, the humans in Dying Light 2 were, like, it's like there's too many of them, right? Like, it just felt like, are these guys just like, there's like hundreds of these guys around, just, you know, so everywhere he goes, like, there's bad guys, there's bandits, like, it's like, especially around the bazaar, I'm like, are they really that close? Especially like a community like the bazaar, got all these guys patrolling the streets and stuff, or even the PKs, like, this doesn't make any sense. But I guess in Dying Light the Beast, they corrected that, where you do find a group once in a while, or even when you're doing the story, you find a group of, like, humans you have to fight. And they feel a lot more realistic to me, what I saw. But I hope there are some instances where, let's say you're barely shooting at a guy, and, like, all of a sudden his stomach is exposed with, like, with his intestines and organs and stuff. And I was like, I just barely shot at you, and your face is, like, ripped and stuff. Like, there's some things they gotta tweak in the next 4 weeks, like, try different stuff. So hopefully they you know, that's minor stuff. Like, I'm not really like, oh no, this game's terrible. I will say too, you guys probably already know, but, like, the driving the vehicles, apparently they're super smooth. They're not like Dead Island. Dead Island's driving was horrendous. Dying Light the following, I didn't beat that per se, but I got to the point where I was driving around in one of those. It felt great. But I'm hearing a lot of stuff that these trucks you get, these Ranger trucks, are very smooth, very fun to drive in. But you can't just run over zombies all the time. You're gonna damage the vehicle, they'll run out of gas. You have to get gas, find a new vehicle. It's like a big survival horror looking feel to it, which is great realism, right? So I like what I saw. I do like the nighttime, like I said. The environments, like the weapons you get. I know they're gonna tweak some more, like the impacts of, like, hitting the zombies. Some of it feels kind of stiff, but they are getting better at it. It's way better than it was, like, a few months ago when we saw, like, gameplay for the game. It's looking a lot better. I'm so happy that they're taking the extra 4 weeks to take the fan feedback. Even now, like, even me making this video and, like, talking about this, made us see this video and be like, hey, you know what? There's some things here that we needed to tweak a little bit that others are not really talking about. Like, I think this game is going to be fantastic. And I didn't really see a whole lot of, like, reusable, like, zombie models. Like, Dying Light 1 had, like, the same zombie models. Dying Light 2 had some cool looking zombies, but a lot of the fact they're kind of weird. They couldn't figure out, like, the balance to, like, make them look cool. But this one, they look like they are going back to, like, the roots of, like, what a zombie, what an affected person thing would look like. Yeah, especially mutated. It looked like they nailed it so far. And I hope they continue to, like, tweak it, make it even better. It's looking great. I can't wait for this game. There's some animations, like, of the faces of the characters, especially the mouths and stuff, a little stiff. They got 4 weeks to, like, tweak that up. Not really 4, about 3.5 weeks. They got enough time to, like, tweak that up a little bit, go gold, and get this game out. I can't wait. I'm definitely planning on streaming this game. And, wow, it's just, I'm excited, as you guys can tell. I just can't stop talking about it. Um, Especially like new weapons we get. We get this like this one weird looking gun thing. I forget what they call it. I don't know, it's like a slinger of some sort. I don't even remember. But it's like a spear in the game too. You can spear zombies. I thought this was really sick. Like he has different animations for that. They got guns, they got swords, they got knives, they got machetes, they got blunt weapons, they even got grenade launchers. Like they got a whole bunch of stuff in Dying Light the Beast. And it looks like they learned their lesson from like even from like Dying Light 1, as they said. They want to make sure like gunplay is like very, very important in this game. Like even down to the combat. They're really starting to like tweak things and making us feel like, yeah, this is possibly gonna be the best zombie game ever made in this franchise. I cannot wait. Um and just like it's just so much going on in this game. Like I can go on, but you guys get the point. I've been rambling for 36 minutes about this blog post and the gameplay. Go check out the gameplay. It's out there. If you guys want to read this blog post without me having struggling with some certain words, I'll have this in the links description below. I definitely recommend you guys reading this and checking out yourself. I would love to hear what you guys have to think of Dying Light the Beast. So you guys think this is the one that's going to be like, wow, this is the best in the series? And are you guys excited about it? Are you guys going to plan on getting this? Oh, by the way, just like a reminder, those of you that have Dying Light 2 Stay Human Ultimate Edition, if you bought that in the past, you get Dying Light the Beast for free. So when it becomes September 19th, next month, you can download the game for free because you own the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, which includes the second DLC, the second story DLC, which is Dying Light the Beast, which ended up being Dying Light 3. They have confirmed that, so you guys do not have to worry about, oh no, do I have to pay full price? Me? Sadly, I didn't get the Ultimate Edition. I got the Standard Edition, or the Reloaded Edition on PC. So I cannot get the game for free, but I already pre-ordered it. I got the best one they got. I got the deluxe edition, whatever they call it, the one that gives you a whole bunch of different stuff. Since I'm super hyped for this game, I'm definitely planning on streaming this for you guys. And man, I'm just super excited, as you guys can tell. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this game. Are you guys gonna pre-order it? Are you guys loving the gameplay? What do you guys think of this blog post? What stood out to you the most? I'd love to have a conversation going with you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. And links in the description below for this blog post, my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. You guys know what to do by now. Appreciate you guys so much for all the the follows, and subscription. And then I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.